Slut.
Hi, Slut.
Hi.
That sounded like it echoed.
What echoed?
No, it sounded like it echoed.
Oh.
But like it might have
way it,
been
like-
in my head.
Hey, slut.
Yeah, Hi. How's it going?
I am Buxom Gusher.
I am Cherry Von Baum.
And I'm Ophelia Pop Tart.
Look, yeah, you are.
Hell yeah, we got the OG crew here today.
Yeah.
We love
And
it.
we're actually going to talk about like a little intro to like kink and BDSM, because we've had a couple episodes that touched on the topics, but we haven't actually I don't think we've actually talked about what safe words are or what BDSM actually stands for.
Yep.
Yeah. So we're
And-
gonna hit a bit of a rewind and
Yeah.
go back to the basics.
I just assume everyone in my life already knows.
It's one of those things where like you've been in and around the community long enough, you just assume that everybody that you know is like also there with you.
Yeah.
And then sometimes you meat people and go, oh,
Yeah.
wait,
Oh.
you don't know what I'm talking
You throw
about.
out terms like, oh, do you brat? Do I what?
A lot of like, what? It's like the slang terms for the new generation.
Yeah.
And you're like, excuse me, what?
Yeah. Well, I can't keep up with these kids. I barely have yeet down.
Well, I mean, yeah, we got yeet. But
Yeah.
that's only because
J-U-S-O.
wrestling. But, yeah.
So what does BDSM stand for?
What does it stand for?
What does it stand for?
Tell me.
You have it written on
I
a
don't.
piece of paper.
I do.
So BDSM is going to stand for
Butts, dicks. I'm just kidding.
No, I know. All right. So the B can stand for bondage.
Yes. Do you want to talk about like what each thing is? Okay. So the B stands for bondage, and we've had episodes about bondage.
Yeah.
And for instance, being a rope bunny, like can be that's bondage. Even something as simple as, oh, I like to wear latex clothing. That's a form of bondage. Wearing a corset is a form of bondage.
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah. You want fuzzy handcuffs?
Bondage.
Bondage. Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, there's all kinds of different types of bondage. And it's one of those things too where I don't think a lot of people realize, they hear the word BDSM and they go, I'm not kinky. But it's like, I don't think a lot of people realize it encompasses a lot.
It does. We all are.
Yeah. I mean,
We all are.
it doesn't, it's a lot. I will tell people sometimes, I think you're gayer than you think you are. I think
Yeah.
you're kinkier than you think you
It's
are
true.
too.
Yeah.
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 Yep.
Which conveniently go hand in hand.
It is true.
Yeah. So the D can have a couple different meanings, one of which would be dom or dommy or dominant.
Or domination.
Domination, which can go hand in hand with the S, that is submissive, sub, slave, whatever you're into on that part. But the D can also stand for discipline. So if you're into like a dom sub dynamic, you can have discipline added in there as well.
Yeah. I always think of the S as sadism too.
Yes. Mhm.
Yeah.
Yep.
So it's funny with BDSM, you can make that go all kinds of different ways, because then sadism then goes into the M, which is masochism.
It is. Yeah.
So
That's all I know for him. I don't know.
I don't think there's I have never related the D and the S with the dom and the sub relationship. It's just always been bondage and domination, sadism and masochism. So I don't know, man. It's you will find too, as you go through the kink community, people of different ages have varying experiences with what those terms mean too.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's interesting how words can have like multiple meanings within the same community.
The same community
Yeah.
and generations of kinksters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like that outside of just kink, though. An easy way to relate that for myself would be through dance. Like when you are learning a style of dance, you learn a move and then you go learn that same move from someone else and it has a different name.
Yep. Yep.
It's your body's moving.
Yeah.
Just a different name for it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So kink can be arousing, but does not have to lead to sex or orgasms. And we kind of touched on that on the pet play episode about how doing pet play does not actually have to be sexually driven. You can do kink just for your own pleasure, like wearing a corset.
Like wearing a corset.
Yeah.
And also with rope play, a lot of times a rope play doesn't have to lead to sex. It's more about a feeling and the give and take of control, which then goes back to the domination and the submission. So yeah, they all interplay with one another.
They do. Yeah. Sometimes it's just about letting go. And it could always lead to orgasms, of course. But it does not have to be the goal. So there are things that we do already, as we've discussed, that are considered kinky, such as flogging, cross-dressing, engaging in pup play with no genitalia play with it. And the reward could just be something that's intensely emotional or intimate for yourself or with others. It could just be a way to connect with a partner or a loved one or a friend. It's just really about communication at the end of the day and talking about what you like, what you don't like.
What kind of rewards?
Well, and also,
that's a good question.
Also, I think it's intimacy.
Yes.
Intimacy can be non-sexual. It can be sexual. You can be intimate with your friends. You can be intimate with your family. It's got a array of definitions. So yeah,
it does.
Intimacy and however that looks to you. And isn't that kind of wild that like in our society, kink is very taboo. But it involves intimacy.
Yeah.
It's because people are scared.
And people are scared of intimacy. And intimacy is a very human thing.
Yeah.
Like you need that connection with people. And it's something that is so taboo. And I'm just like, no, give me all.
It's an American thing.
It is.
It is.
Yeah.
An American
We're afraid to be vulnerable.
Yeah. Or ourselves.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, I'm sorry I interrupted.
No, I almost interrupted you.
But you also asked about rewards and treats.
Yes. Yeah. What kind of treats?
Yeah. So that, I mean, if you have a thing worked out with a partner, your treats can be physical. Your treats could just be like a good girl at the end of the day, if that's all you want or need. I mean, and you could set up reward systems. There's a app called Dominant. Daddy Gusher, help me. Obedience. There's an app called Obedience. There are free options. And you don't have to do the paid subscription to get some benefits out of it, but you can like set up tasks and get like rewards and points added and deducted. So like, for example, one of my tasks is to drink my water every day. If I don't drink it, I then get a punishment. But if I do, I get a point and I can use those points for rewards. I can like get little treats or have a movie night or something. So rewards can be something physical like that, or it could just be rewarding for yourself.
Yeah. Anytime you get a little treat like coffee.
Yeah. I love little treats.
I love the treats.
Yes, give me the treats.
My treat's always, I'm just going to buy something.
That's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Such shot of serotonin.
And then it's going to come and it's going to sit in the front of my house for like weeks in the box.
That's
but
okay.
Yeah,
and then you open the box and it's a whole nother treat.
It's a whole nother treat because you forgot you bought it.
You're like, oh my God, where this come from?
So you talked about kink having like some shame behind it. Why do you think that it does? Why do you think that as Americans or even as women we're like in this shame place with kink?
it's designed by the patriarchy to keep us in control. Because when you learn about your body and what you like as a person, and you have autonomy over your decisions and your body and your pleasure, they can't control you.
Yes.
And so I think there's a lot of shame built into just the way that our society is built, because we do come from, let's talk about colonialism. I mean, like it goes all the way back to, it's a way to control people.
It is.
And I'm glad that that's slowly, like, I feel like it's like bubbling up and people are going, wait a minute. But it's still really prevalent, especially where we live in the Bible Belt.
Yeah.
There you go again. Religion is another way that they shame people into not, experiencing things that they enjoy.
Which, oddly enough, for religion, like, uses elements of kink.
Yes. You get down on your knees and
pray.
And
take these lashings.
Take this,
it's
very
very sexual.
It is. Well, religion kink is.
I mean, look,
it's a thing. Yeah. I'll put an outfit on.
I fucking love it.
But yeah, I agree. I think it's society just constantly is putting sex in this box of like, don't do it, don't talk about it,
it should not come out of your bedroom.
Shame. Yeah.
You should not talk about it. You barely should talk about it with your partner.
Yeah.
And it's like, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Like,
yeah. No.
But
we're animals, and it feels good. And it's okay to do things. Yeah. The thing about kink and sex in general is, as long as it's safe, sensual, and
fun.
Consensual.
Yeah.
Safe, consensual. Sane. That's what I was thinking of. I was like, there's another one, and then I had ICP on the brain. Woo! Yeah, safe, sane, and consensual. What are we doing? If you're not hurting anyone that's not consenting to that, and consent goes a long way. Consent goes more than just yes or no.
Yes. Yeah.
And I think that we're getting better, perhaps, or at least in the kink community that we're in, it seems like consent has gone a long way from yes or no. It's very much so like, I need to squeeze past you, like, excuse me, can I put my hand here? Like, people don't just touch.
Yeah, I'm a hugger, but I know that other people are not. So I always ask people for consent before I hug them, especially if it's somebody that I don't know very well. Like, I know I can hug these two, but I just be like, are you a hugger? And if they go, yes, I'm a hugger. Oh, great. Let's hug. If no, that's fine. You don't have to hug me, but it's very nice to meet you.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
We've had friends before that are huggers, but like would tell us beforehand, man, I'm not really in the mood to be touched. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Fine.
Still love you.
Communicate.
Yeah.
Magical.
Doesn't change anything, and it keeps everyone comfy.
Yes.
Yeah.
I was going to say, too, about consent, when it comes to not being yes or no, that's important because I feel like a person's consent, I feel like you have to, like, especially if you're playing with someone, you have to constantly get that consent as you are going through it. Do you know what I mean? Like, is this still okay?
Yeah.
Is this still okay? Are you okay?
Yeah.
It's not just
which can lead into the safe word.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely. So, do you want to talk about safe words?
I mean, we can. I mean, I'm not going to.
Oh, okay. All right. Okay. I got you. So,
I've got a few.
So, safe words are typically something that you can use during your kinky time, playtime, scenes, whatever, to just kind of let your partner know that, hey, something's up. We might need to, like, pause and fix something, or hey, something's wrong, we need to stop now. I'm a big fan of the stoplight method. The like, if you're checking in with me, I can give you a yellow, green, or red. Red means we need to stop. The scene is done. Yellow is, hey, check in on something. Maybe this restraint feels weird, or I have a hair in my mouth. Or I don't know, I think I might need a pee.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then green's just simply like, yeah, I'm good. Keep going.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it is good to continuously do that throughout your time with someone, like you said. And it doesn't have to just be you good.
Yeah, it's making it more comfortable for you to respond and communicate to how you're being, handled, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah. It really helps a lot. And others to be like, I have to poop. You can't just say, you can with certain partners, but like, it's one of those things where you're like, it's an embarrassing, it can be an embarrassing thing for some people to say. So.
Yeah. that broke me. I was like, people are afraid to say they got a shit because
some people
we got a shit.
I'm gonna straight tell, I'll be like, this is.
Well, I feel like if you're with a partner that you're with a lot, like you just, I've got to go.
Yeah.
You just,
I can't focus on how good this feels.
right. I gotta go.
Yeah. But yeah, it's important to continue the check in with your partner as you're going in, and it could be fun, cheeky ways of doing it. Like, do you like when I touch your pussy like this? Or, tell me how you like when I pinch your nipple. Yeah. So, and that's good for both partners because, first of all, if you're not having fun and enjoying it, why are you doing it?
That.
And like if your partner is doing something that doesn't bring you joy or pleasure, tell them. It doesn't mean they're doing something wrong. Just it's not right for you. It's not bringing you pleasure because we're all built different.
Yeah. And which circles back around to the kink doesn't always have to lead to an orgasm. Neither does play or even sex. Are you having fun? Did we have fun? Yes. So I think people think that that's always the end goal, and it's like, no, it doesn't have to be.
I love the post conversation.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be. Did you come?
Yes.
That.
Why did you?
First off, if you can't figure it out,
no.
Look, if you don't know if that happened or not, I'm gonna need you to
let's talk about it.
Sit down and get a pen.
Let's talk about it. Let's communicate.
But also, as women, tell them you're not making this happen, but do this.
Yeah.
Yeah. Stop lying.
Yeah. Don't lie to them.
Yeah.
Look, don't lie to men.
No, don't do it anymore.
No, just tell them.
Don't
like
intentionally hurt feelings, but like we have to be honest with people.
Yeah. That's the only way you learn. Yeah. That's the only way you learn.
Yep.
Yeah. It's definitely part of like a negotiation.
Yes. Yeah.
Back and forth, like discussing. I like when you do, or I like when my nipples are played with in this way. I really hate when I wear nipple clamps though.
Yeah.
So like it's just negotiations and finding out what works for you and your partner that you're playing with. A good way to start, you can find these lists online. So many lists online of different types of kinks and types of play. And you can go through them and do like a yes, no, maybe. And like start your what's my soft limits and hard limits. So speaking of that, let's talk about hard and soft limits. Hard limits are typically the like, no, absolutely, I don't want that boundary pushed in any way. It's not happening.
Solid boundary.
Yes.
Yeah.
For a lot of people, that is scat related stuff or CNC related stuff, and that's okay. For some, it's religion related play, and that's okay. And then the soft limit is something that you're not necessarily love or super into, but you're willing to dip your toes into it, try it. You're okay if those boundaries are pushed just a little bit.
Yep.
You know.
Yep.
What's a good example of that? Maybe I will just say spanking. Maybe
that's a good one.
You don't like canes, but you like barehanded spankings. So maybe a cane's a hard limit, but a paddle is a soft limit,
or a flogger,
or a flogger's a soft limit,
or a riding crop.
I like
yeah.
So because that riding crop is gives a little bit more give than a cane. You know, be like, okay, I prefer this, but yeah, we can try this, and I do like that, but I don't want to do a cane.
Yeah,
that's a good example.
Yeah.
And just don't assume either.
Yes.
Don't assume what your partner is thinking. Like, don't assume.
And don't assume
what you think that their limits are.
Yes. And don't assume just because they like being spanked that they like being spanked in every way.
Yes.
And everywhere.
Yeah. That's definitely not.
I have a very specific spot on my butt. If you don't hit that spot, no go.
Yeah.
No. I have
specific
metal
spot
on my back. If
you do
slap my fucking back.
Yeah.
In a certain way. Yeah. It's all booty. Yeah. The problem is it's like half my back. Like it's very large.
Yeah. I'm not the biggest fan of like titty torture spankings and hens.
Nope.
That's real close to my face.
I don't like titty torture.
Well, mine are super sensy since I got my boobs done, and so it's like my
nipples are pierced.
Yes,
and I am very gun shy when it comes to mouths near my.
You don't say.
No tag.
Yeah.
Not touchy.
No putting in your mouth. I'm sorry.
Yeah. But yeah, I would go find one of those lists and like sit down and do it individually and then do it with your partner.
Compare notes.
Yeah. See what you both maybe have soft limits on. Like, and then you can talk about it and plan things around that. Like if you
make a Venn diagram.
But you can. Yeah, honestly.
Yeah.
And just play around with things. But also know that you don't have to go spend a lot of money to start a kink journey. The amount of like homemade or dollar store stuff that we have. I mean, we have like a wooden spoon or spatula or something that
you can go
bought
to
at the dollar store.
Walmart and get a paint stick.
Yes, yeah.
You might want to sand the edges a little bit.
Maybe,
but just a Walmart paint. Go to the paint department.
Paint stick, yeah.
And a paint stick.
Just make sure it's not covered in paint.
No, I mean you get a
I'm kidding.
That would be fun though.
What?
Paint stick spankings.
Did you not see at
paint on
Lucy's
them.
last show?
No,
she
but
had
paint on them.
Oh, with paint on them. I was gonna say, yeah, she had the paint sticks laid out, and I went, ow, yeah, that's perfect.
Yeah, I forget about paint sticks, but yeah, that's a good one. Good one. But yeah, just go to the dollar store and get creative. A lot of people like to use hairbrushes too for spankings. Yeah. I have trauma around hairbrush.
I have friends who had trauma around wooden spoons because their mom would get after them with the wooden spoon.
Yeah.
So, also, that's a thing too. You definitely want to have conversations with your partner about things that are going to trigger trauma experiences in them as well. Because you don't really necessarily want to mix their trauma experiences with a fun kink experience. That's a no-go.
Yeah. And jumping back to safe word because it literally just hit me. I like using the stoplight method, but I know some people like to use fun words to tell their partners to stop or slow down. But one of my favorite was from the rope episode where Kenny mentioned he likes his bottoms to spell rooster. Yeah. And I think that's really good because sometimes when you're in these headspaces with all these chemicals being dumped in your brain, you think you're in one spot, but then when you actually have to think and spell a word, it can like show maybe I'm not as with it as I thought.
Yeah.
So I think that's also a good idea is maybe have your partner spell a simple word. Please don't do that to me.
No, I'm not a good speller, so it better be
I'm
easy.
an excellent speller.
Yeah.
It better be easy because I'm not a good
For the
speller.
record.
Okay, so Kaya's our speller.
Yeah. Spell dominance.
No.
Okay. I tried.
You made me think too hard. I'm gonna do that right now. Sunday.
So, taking care of your partner and having these negotiations and conversations also goes beyond just the physical aspects of it, but as you said, the mental aspects and the emotional aspects of it. It's not just about what we're physically doing to each other.
Right.
It's also about what's happening in our head and in our bodies as well. So you want to make sure you take care of those, and that's usually why you hear mentionings of aftercare.
Mm-hmm.
Aftercare is very important in my opinion. First of all, if you play with someone who back talks your soft limits, fuck them. Like, don't whenever I tell you if something is a bit too much, don't be like, you can't take it. Actually, no, I can't. Get the fuck off me.
I think that's a red flag you should listen to and move away from immediately.
Yeah. Because, some people like to be bit, and then some people get bit too hard. And if you give them shit for that, that's not okay. That's not okay.
Mm-mm.
Yeah. And then, got a visitor.
Yeah, we got a visitor.
We got a visitor.
We're good.
Live action, y'all. But aftercare, you want to also take care of them after the fact. So not just physically, but mentally as well. Like, do they need a snack? Do they need a piece of chocolate? Do they need a water, a squishy, or a blanket? Is there certain music that they like to soothe themselves down to? I fucking love to get my ass beat and then have pizza.
And blankets are important too.
They
Like,
are.
I'm a blanket slut. And for just completely.
A little
Blanket slut.
blanky slut.
Yeah, love a blanket.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a very cold person.
I'm a big proponent of if you're gonna be bottoming for people, to also have your own bottom bag. Like, have your own blanket and your own squishy. Do you like having a candle burned afterward? Like, bring what you also need.
Bring what you like to hydrate with and make you
absolutely
feel comfortable afterwards.
Yeah. I would hope that the person that you're playing with would maybe take that in consideration and maybe ask you, hey, what can I do to help bring you comfort afterwards? So yeah, definitely do that as well with your post care, I would say. So I found some, I guess they would be considered wacky state laws. I don't know if they're still in effect, but
who knows?
Who knows? But the idea of it was to show you guys that, like, kink in sex has always been there. One way or another. They're like, the drawings are in the caves, but we've been trying to put laws on bodies for a while. But I got a couple here. So in Washington, D.C., engaging in any sexual position other than missionary is illegal. Boo.
I mean, and we all know what that's about, because you only need to do missionary to have a baby.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Right? So you should not be, that's once again, that's controlling the pleasure, controlling people.
Yeah.
That's what that's about.
If you're not having a baby, why are you pushing the beds together?
Right. If you're not having a baby, why would you need to do that? And it's like,
because fuck you, that's why.
Yes.
That's right.
Why the fuck are you in my bedroom? No. Get out of here, bitches.
I only want to do missionary if you're going to tell me I'm pretty.
Yeah. But like, well, never mind. I'm going to roast myself out. I don't like missionary.
That's okay.
I don't.
Mm-hmm.
It's not.
Look, I like it when I'm tired.
Just wrap my legs around you. Let's go.
Let's go.
Spooning. If I'm tired,
Ooh,
it's the spoon position.
spooning.
That's always a good one.
99.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That one is very cozy.
Yeah, it's very
That's
cozy.
very
It's a good-
intimate too.
Good
Yeah.
morning thing. Yeah. Like, hey, good
Wiggle
morning.
on up and
Yeah.
that.
Oh, fucking wiggle my butt.
Yes.
Until you. You're like, okay. Yeah.
So in San Antonio, Texas, flirtation using the eyes or hands is illegal.
Oh, I'd be in big trouble.
I don't even understand how you
people just go-
police that. Yeah.
I would be in big trouble.
Like, making the jack off motion.
Yeah, like you can't just bat your eyes at someone.
I'm
oh.
telling you. Big trouble.
Ah.
Oh, winking away.
Come here, big boy.
Idaho, kissing in public that lasts more than 18 minutes.
Whoa. Okay.
It's a very specific number.
That's a very long makeout session. Too.
It is. But they have competition. Oh, they do have competition. I gotta find these kissing competitions.
You're like, I'm the judge.
But also, maybe that's like, okay, if you make out up to 18 minutes and you haven't fucked yet.
Yeah.
It's too long.
Like, if you've had, if
We're
you make
all
out
bored.
longer
Go.
than 18 minutes, you're
It's too
wasting
long.
time. Let's
Yeah.
go here.
But if you're making out 18 minutes, okay, just
I'd like to know the science behind
Behind
that.
the 18
Why
minutes.
18 minutes?
Yeah.
It takes 18 minutes from the chemicals of your brain to go from here to there.
and we all know it doesn't.
No. No. And then the last one I have is from Massachusetts. Tits. It is illegal to have sex with a rodeo clown while horses are present.
I mean, I'm just saying
niche,
that might have to go
very
on my
specific.
list.
Yeah. List of things to do?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Come on. You
Just
know.
having sex with a rodeo clown, first of all, put that on the list.
That's what I'm saying. Like if we're gonna do it,
Yeah.
let's do it with the horses present.
Yeah, like why can the
gonna
horses
watch.
not walk?
Put the blinders on.
There you go. Yeah.
Okay, but full makeup.
Clown makeup. Yeah.
Just take the overalls off.
Yes.
Yes, let's go. I love it. Anyway,
I wonder about that though. Like, did the horses get excited with the rodeo clown running?
but also the person that caught that and went, "We gotta make this illegal."
Yeah. Like, there's too many of you motherfuckers doing this.
Like upsetting
We gotta make
the
it illegal.
racing horses.
Oh, they ain't racing horses. They in a circus.
Well, are they? No, but they're.
I'm saying, but it's a clown. Oh, it's a rodeo clown.
A rodeo clown.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so we're not in the circus.
Well,
we're at
you're
the rodeo.
riding
Oh
them bucks.
man, yeah, that's even better.
But
Them
also,
cowboys.
if they're in the rodeo,
I was thinking
they've
of the
seen some
circus.
shit.
Yeah.
So like, why can't they see that shit?
Well,
Because it's illegal.
it is.
It just got better once I
Motherfuckers.
realized we weren't talking about the circus. We were talking about a rodeo.
Oh,
Yeah.
I want to go to
Yeah.
the rodeo soon.
Yeah. So, yeah, y'all. Rodeos?
Yeah.
I sent y'all a rodeo.
I think we had things going on that day.
I don't know.
But yeah.
I was like, oh, a rodeo's in town. My bitches need to know.
I need to know rodeo.
Yes. But give Kink a try, y'all. Give
Yeah. Just
BDSM a try.
even something simple.
Yeah, you're probably already doing it.
Exactly.
Give Kink a try. It's like a new logo.
Yeah.
Do you know we didn't talk about the S and the M very much?
Okay, so we touched on let's actually talk about the difference between the sadist and the
Masochist.
Thank you. I
Yeah,
struggle.
masochism.
It's a struggle to work with my tongue and my lips and my teeth to
But
get
also,
that
it
word
doesn't
out.
look like what it sounds like. What it. Like
It's very
Yeah,
it's
when
like
you
very
read it, you're like,
complicated.
that's
Spell it.
masochism. That's like MASCH.
I don't know, but
M.
I mean, that's fine.
it's fine.
I was trying to close my eyes and it didn't work. I don't have masochism written on on the inside of my
You close your eyes and be like, Ch.
Okay.
Well, sadism, I just always think sad.
M-A-S.
Oh.
Sadism.
It makes me think of Satan. So
Yeah.
that's how
Yeah.
I help keep them apart.
Yes.
Because sometimes I get confused on
That's a good,
which one does and doesn't like pain or giving pain.
Yeah.
So I remember
Sadism.
sadism
Sadist.
remind me of Satan, which Satan would be a kinky motherfucker who likes to
would.
deliver pain.
So a sadist is someone who likes to, as Buxom said, deliver pain onto someone else.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
Typically the top or the dom,
Yeah,
but not
yeah.
always.
Not
you
always.
can always top from the bottom.
Yep.
And sometimes tops will top as a bot, like no, you need to hit me hard. I want you to now hit me harder.
Yeah.
So, tops like to be hit too, but those are typically the people who are delivering the pain. Where say it for me,
The masochist
is the one receiving the pain.
So if you have one partner spanking another partner, the partner doing the spanking is the sadist in that situation.
Mm-hmm.
The partner receiving the spanking is going to be your masochist. Both can be interchangeable.
Mm-hmm.
You can be both
And we call that
sadist and a masochist.
a switch.
A switch.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, which
Yes.
it's me.
Yes.
Yep. I love it.
Hi,
both.
it's me.
Switch, yes.
I love a
Yeah.
pain. I love a give it. I love a take it.
Mm-hmm. It gives
It gives
and it
and it
takes.
Yes.
One kind of fun thing to throw out there as well is that you can also have mental sadism and masochism.
That would trigger the fuck out of me, I think.
So
I like the physical, but the mental is what touches on my trauma.
yeah.
Yeah.
So degradation.
Yes,
is
like a
what
degradation
we're
curve.
diving
Yeah.
into that. So
Yeah.
with the mental stuff, there's some soft and hard limits for me on that one. I do not want you to call me a fat bitch. I know I'm a fat bitch. That doesn't make me feel sexy. That's not empowering for me. Don't call me that.
Doesn't make you feel sane, safe, or consensual.
Yeah. But you can tell me I'm taking it like a good dirty slut.
That is true.
I do like that. You can call me a dirty slut. You can call me a whore. Don't.
Negatively comment on my body.
Yeah.
or
But some
anything.
people, that's
But
fine.
some people do.
Yeah.
Some people do like that.
And
Yeah.
that's okay, but
It's very individual.
Mm-hmm. Some people are really into pig play and want to be a fat pig. That's okay. Yeah. So definitely can get into the mental side of things, which that then spreads across the rest of the umbrella of kink when it comes to doing the degradation and whatnot, with rope and with the spanking and with pet play and wax and all that. There's different ways to manipulate that in a positive light.
See, I personally don't think of the term manipulation as being positive.
Okay. So
Yeah.
the word is just never.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because it implies non-consensual.
Okay. I see that.
Because then you have one person manipulating another person, and that person necessarily doesn't know that it's manipulation.
Okay. I see it in just the terms of working with. But I can see.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can see that.
So if both, I don't know. Yeah. For me, anyway,
Yeah.
manipulation is not a good thing.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Because it's not, in my idea, it's not consensual. Because if both parties know, it's not manipulation.
Okay. So what's the definition of manipulation?
Doing or telling someone something to get them to do something that you want them to do without their knowledge.
Okay.
Like
okay.
I'm going to.
So I'm using the word incorrectly. I would say yes, because
yes.
it's if you're molding and working with someone, you want it to be consensual. You don't.
Correct.
You don't want it. You don't. We're not gaslighting people over here.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And gaslighting is intertwined with manipulation.
Yeah.
I'm
Okay.
going to tell you that you are crazy and wrong
Yeah.
so that you do things the way I want you to do them. And that's not consensual.
So I use the word wrong. There's another way to say that then.
Yeah, there's another term. We'll think of it. I don't know.
Yeah.
But
That's maybe not for today, and that's okay.
yeah, that's okay.
Yeah. But I would say that's the rough and dirty of intro to kink.
I would say if you think that you're vanilla, we didn't talk about vanilla. We didn't talk about that term, but people that typically don't think of themselves as being kinky in the kink community, they're referred to as being vanilla. I would say if you think you're vanilla, you're probably not as vanilla as you think you are. Yeah.
I would add that vanilla's not a bad thing
It's
either.
not. It's totally not a bad thing at all. Because let me tell you, vanilla ice cream is
But wasn't vanilla like the second flavor? It wasn't chocolate first?
chocolate was the first flavor.
Yeah, chocolate was
Yeah.
the first flavor, so
When I was doing
I've referred to
some
vanilla.
research
Yep,
on it,
yep.
I discovered
history.
that
Yep.
someone in the leather community years ago actually coined the term vanilla. And
That is
like he
correct.
didn't mean it in a negative term. He was literally just saying like, oh, this is vanilla and this is chocolate.
Yeah.
Yep.
And other people throughout the years have went, oh, you're vanilla. And it's like, that doesn't have to
nothing
be a
wrong.
bad thing. There's nothing wrong
absolutely
with
nothing
that.
wrong with being vanilla.
It's the connotation that vanilla is plain.
Yeah.
Is
Yeah.
why people throw negativity towards it, but it doesn't have to be negative.
no,
whatsoever.
and yeah, I don't know. I fucking love vanilla.
I love vanilla yogurt.
Vanilla is delicious.
Yeah.
There's all kinds of types of vanilla. We had a vanilla lavender coffee today, and it was delicious. I mean, yeah.
Yeah. So I
So,
just
yeah.
talk. At the end of the day, talk and communicate and be open and honest with yourself and with the people that you want to play with.
Yes. Yep. Absolutely.
And don't be afraid. Don't be afraid to try something new.
Yep.
Yep. You might just like it.
Yeah. All right, y'all. Let's go home.
Yes. Let's go home. It says eat lunch.
I know.
Lunch.
Oh yeah, actually, that's a fun little segue. You just saw a notification pop up from the obedience
Yeah,
app.
it said eat your lunch.
Yeah.
Eat lunch.
Yeah. I have my reminders.
Eat your lunch, you dirty whore. God.
I did actually. I need to. I did. I had
Yes,
chicken.
make sure that you mark it.
We did already eat lunch.
You did. Yes. All right, y'all.
Yay.
Well, be loud.
Be proud.
Be a slut.